Hey everyone, SQLDev Dev here, and we are just going to do a quiet stream. I have a microphone pointed towards my keyboard. As you can see, a Keychron K1 Pro, and I have my Logitech MX Master 3S, and we're just going to be typing some problems from ChatGPT. First, thank you for everyone who is stopping by. The Kazakh, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Morse314, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well too. Eat Goose Gastro, muy buenos días. Espero que estés muy bien. We're just going to be doing some questions here, and hopefully it goes well. I'm just trying something new since I have so many keyboards. So far, it is 18 keyboards that I have right now. I'm maybe just going to be doing a different session or a different keyboard every session. And we're just going to be working with some theme park wait times. So yeah, I'm going to be typing in some questions to ChatGPT. It's going to give me some metrics that I want, or some metrics that I should be gathering with SQL Server using SQL. And I'm going to be using Azure Data Studio because everyone loves Azure Data Studio, right? Nobody uses Azure Data Studio, but it's the simplest way I can get some data out without being on SQL Server Management Studio. That looks like this, super blinding. So I'd rather not use it. Just a dark, chill stream with some lo-fi. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If the audio levels aren't working for you once I turn on the microphone for the keyboard, let me know as well, and I can adjust. Just kind of testing things out today. We'll see how it goes. Thanks everyone for being here, for stopping by, and hope you enjoy some smooth keyboard sounds. Hopefully they're smooth enough. Oh yes, the Kazakh love pizza, by the way. That uni has gotten some use over the years, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely recommend it to anyone who is a fan of pizza. Sometimes they turn out like accidental calzones, but most of the time it's pretty good pizza, or it's very good pizza. So, all right, I'll be typing away. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Gus Castro, si tienes alguna pregunta, me dejas saber. Si no, pues voy a estar aquí haciendo par de queries de SQL. Gus Castro dice, voy a terminar el Dash de las escuelas de Puerto Rico. Cuando lo termine, se los comparto. Muchas gracias. Sería óptimo eso si lo puedes compartir. No sé si has visto el que yo compartí. A ver si lo puedo abrir de aquí. Tengo par, pero son las escuelas aquí. Y creo que hice una versión nueva también. No, sí, este era. Sí, si estás buscando algo para inspiración o si quieres algunas medidas que yo tengo aquí, me dejas saber. Déjame compartirlo aquí en el chat para el que quiera verlo. Me encantaría ver esto, Gus Castro. Me dejas saber. Si necesitas alguna ayuda, también estoy aquí para ayudar. All right, we have a question from the Kazakh. It's great to see you, by the way, the Kazakh. I feel like we usually see each other when we're watching Brent Ozar streams, so great to see you around here. I appreciate you being around. The Kazakh says, exercises aside, have you ever used time and progress bars like these in a production scenario, in T-SQL, query results, or not in Power BI's layer? Ooh, you know what? I use them in Excel a lot. That's pretty much it. And when I'm feeling maybe a little bit too lazy to go to Excel and I just want to analyze some like trends, that's usually when I'll use these progress bars or what have you here. Let me see if I can activate them again just to showcase what the Kazakh is talking about, because it's absolutely something that some folks are a bit weirded out by when I first show it. I want to say I learned this trick from Kendra Little, but I'm not 100% certain. I had seen it done in someone's like data maintenance scripts to see how long like a stored procedure took or a job took. I think it was something like that. I barely use it in production, if I'm honest. I'll usually use it if I'm trying to convey a message to folks. So the Kazakh says, I can imagine a progress bar in a script. Yeah, like a raise error, no wait. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool as well. If you use a raise error, no wait, as the Kazakh is stating, it'll sort of return data immediately instead of waiting for something is done to say like X rows affected or any errors that you have. Raise error with no wait will actually return the progress immediately as soon as it hits. So it would be very, very cool for something like a backup script or just a standard progress script where we have like a backup does, where it says like 10% complete, 20% complete, 30% complete. If you have sort of checkpoints in your stored procedures where you say for each cursor or for each run of a cursor, for example, if you're doing batches of 10,000 records at a time, that would be absolutely perfect to have sort of a progress bar like that where you can get a visual sense of how things are going as well. I really like that. That one's a really cool one. For me, I'm just using it so that when I'm in meetings with folks, they'll usually be asking me for like, hey, can you compare X and Y records, or can you give us a summary of the spread of these records? And I'll usually have to do that live in our meeting. And so to convey the message in a visual form, since they're used to getting like Power BI reports from me, so that no one has to like really scan the data or miss anything, definitely using these bars is a convenient way to show that. Eva Scroll, great to see you. Eva Scroll says, what's up guys? I'm at work today and tomorrow. Hopefully you have a pretty smooth work day, and hopefully it's pretty chill for you. We're just doing some chill SQL queries. There's nothing I'm not going to be talking your ear off today. I'm not going to be saying much. I'm just testing this keyboard out and testing the audio that the keyboard has. Since I got a new microphone, it's actually right here, and it just points straight to the keyboard, and hopefully I'm trying to see if I can work the filters through and set them up correctly. But great to see you. Espero que estés teniendo un día muy lindo en el trabajo, desafortunadamente. Yeah, so great question, the Kazakh. I think that's definitely something I might be able to implement, but no, I haven't done it in production like in a SQL script or anything like that. Eva Scroll says, did you run the project? I have not run the project. Eva Scroll's talking about a project that he and I did a joint venture on. Huge thank you to Eva Scroll for his expertise. I'm not going to get into the details of it because I want to leave it for like a future video that I have, but it's a really, really cool project and I really appreciate Eva Scroll's help on it. But no, I have not been able to run the project. I need to. I'm going to try to do it today. Work has been a little crazy, so I haven't run it, but I'm very excited about the results of that one. and I will demo it live. The Kazakh says, quick showing in a meeting. That's a nice use case. Thanks. Yes. That's my most common one. That's really why I started using it more and more. I have a short. It was my first YouTube short actually on YouTube. Let me put my on YouTube. It was one of the first shorts I did, like how to build it. But as you can see, it's really easy, right? Just replicate function, and you can replicate anything you want. If you find a better character to replicate, let me know, because all I've done is like the vertical pipes because they look like bar charts. But really anything, like if I change this really quickly to, let's do, I don't know, what character would be good? Like this maybe? Does that, parentheses, open and close parentheses, that's a little bit more. It's, I guess these can kind of represent bubbles maybe instead of these bar charts, but I think this one's a cleaner bit. If you have anything that you feel is better, let me know. I'd love to try it. The Kazakh says, I remember command list and DOS scripts, but don't know car's name, the character name, like a full rectangle. Yeah, like an ASCII. Let's go to ASCII tables really quick and see ASCII rectangle. I think we can just look at the table, right, and see if we can find something fun. Ooh, I don't know if I'd be able to. Oh yeah, I think I could do ASCII to text, but really all I have to do is copy the actual ASCII characters, or is it a table art? I probably don't want to do ASCII art. Oh, these are just different websites. What am I doing? I just want the table. Unit separators. But this isn't the table I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a... I don't want a YouTube video on it. Yeah, something... a literal table on Google Images. I have to be very careful what I search for on Bing Images, apparently. Yeah, like these rectangles here would be pretty cool to have. ASCII 219. I don't know if those are real rectangles or not. Yeah, but probably one of these would be pretty cool. Oh, these rectangles here, like ASCII 26, whatever that is, ASCII 11. Let me see if I can run one of those. How is it that you do? Because I know how to get the ASCII character from something, but I don't know how to remove it or do it the other way. Evos Girl says, I've been testing the script a couple times just in case there's some changes, but it's running perfect. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Okay, great. The Kaza says char NR. I think, oh, char with the number. Let's try it out. Select char with what was it, 26? I think all of them are fine there. Did we get something? Yeah. Oh, it looks like there's like it's just a question, like one of those collation error type questions, but let's see if I can add it to these right here. Let's do Control KU to get rid of this, and we will put it right here and see if that works. Yeah, look at that. That definitely worked. I think this is a special character. I can't see because it's so small, but because it says Envarkar. Yeah, exactly. It might be, I might be able to use that, but yeah, it looks like it works pretty well. And character works fine. I think character works fine. Oh, I did actually choose that symbol. I think it seems. Did I choose 12 or 26? I think this one just has it messed up, and I can't zoom in because Bing Images is a terrible website. You heard it here first, Microsoft. No, wait, you haven't heard it here first. Everyone says that. The equal sign seems pretty good too, technically. dollar sign, percent sign. No, nothing really good. Yeah, that's it. It's definitely an interesting one. The one that's worked out the best for me so far is definitely just the bars, just because everyone seems to understand them. This one I do like. I feel like this one can get a little bit too long, and you'll see that over here along the top I've actually divided them by 10 for the maximum. I divided it by 10 just so that it's still relative but everything shows correctly. The cause says maybe double brackets. Yeah. Eva Scroll says back to work, talk later. Que tenga muy buen día. Thank you so much for chilling here. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great day. The Kazakh says, yeah, a line would be shorter. Yeah, absolutely. The line would be shorter. But yeah, let's try your brackets like you said. I like that. That's a good one. Let's try it right here as well. Yeah. That works if you have like, let's say 1 to 20, something like that. Sometimes when I'm showing this, it's mainly like when I'm showing sales over time. So if I'm showing a monthly grid of how much sales we did in a meeting, or how many customers browsed the website, how many transactions there were, that sort of thing, I try to keep it as slim as possible. And really Azure Data Studio is doing a bit too much here. When you look at this in like SQL Server Management Studio, let me go over here and just turn your brightness down because this is going to be blinding. But if I put the same bars over here, and my YouTube video is based on bars, it's not based on anything else. But if you put it here in SSMS, it's way cleaner, right? You can see it a lot better. Azure Data Studio is just, I guess the font that it's using is just not the best one, so everything looks a lot bigger than it is. But here I do like it because it looks more like a compressed bar rather than anything else. I wonder how the brackets would look now. Maybe better. Let's keep one of them being the vertical line just in case. Yeah, so this still looks good here, but the bars I think is just a clean one. So yeah, very cool. I never thought to try it with other characters, so thank you, the Kazakh. I appreciate that suggestion. Maybe I'll try to get creative a little bit and see. All right, let's see if I can get some more questions going. Oh, did I ever find the answer to this one? Can you write a query to find the top 3 rows with the highest average wait times for each ride? Yeah, let's give that a shot. Here. Okay, so I think that did it. It was asking us for basically top 3 wait times per ride, I want to say. Or maybe I just completely misunderstood that question. Top 3 hours. Yeah. So this is the top 3 hours for each ride. And as we can see, I probably took this in a roundabout way. I'm sure there's other ways, like putting this into a temp table or something. I love temp tables, and I'm absolutely not against them at all. When I'm working with Power BI, it's mostly views. And so I want to make sure that I can do whatever I need to within the view. So it's an inline query, and I don't have to keep rebuilding the data in a temp table or something like that, because everyone knows you can't really use temp tables inside views, but you can use CTEs. So basically with the first CTE here, I just got the maximum wait time for each ride, and I made sure to get everything as long as it had a ride, as long as it had a name, basically, like a ride name entry. So valid records only. And then what I used was row number. I'm sure you can use rank. I'm sure you can use really anything that you want to get the max wait time ranking. But basically for each ride, I said partition by each ride. And for each ride, just give me the maximum wait time, the record with the maximum wait time. And then I named that just RN max wait time. Here I selected the top 100, but we can remove that. But finally, what I did was I just got only the top 3 per ride, because this RN wait time, if you look, actually restarts for every ride. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, etc. So here I'm just saying, hey, give me the top 3 records for each ride, and it looks like this worked out. All right, cool. Let's move on to another one to see. And basically, not only am I using this stream to test whether or not my keyboard microphone levels are okay, but really there's a lot of folks who like to use websites like LeetCode, HackerRank, etc. And those are all fantastic. What I'm trying to show here is that you can kind of use ChatGPT or Bing Chat in this case to sort of make your own questions with your own data. All I did up here was just feed it the column names that I have. So here's all the columns that I have in the table, and I was able to get it to give me some questions. Some are just like, hey, I want to see this, and then I asked it nicely, because we know we have to talk to the robots nicely. I asked it, can you make them interview style? And so here we have some of pretty much the same questions, but interview style instead. So just know that those are always options for you if you have a limited data set that you're working with, or you just want to get into a specific industry and you have data about that industry. You can always ask Bing Chat or ChatGPT for interview style questions, and then just go through and answer them. If you don't have SQL Server Management Studio installed or SQL Server installed or accessible to you, just a reminder that you can always use, I'm going to put it here in the chat, livesql.oracle.com. It's 100% free. It is 100% not installed on your machine. There are no downloads. All you have to do is create an Oracle account, and you can start coding. You can load data. You can use the data it already has. It's super easy to use, in my opinion. The syntax is mostly the same as just standard SQL. Oracle's obviously very finicky, but it's a fantastic solution. I use it from my iPad every now and then. So it's definitely very versatile and easy to use. I'm obviously not sponsored by Oracle. That would be, odd, considering I communicate very much how expensive I think it is. But this is a free product. It's 100% free, and I'm sure they're making their money back in some way, shape, or form. So I'm happy to use their product on a free basis, just like you can. All right, let's do another question here. Seasonal patterns. How would you analyze seasonal patterns in wait times? Write a query to compare the average wait times for each ride during different seasons. Okay, so I think we have seasonal data here. Ooh, Let's go back to the dark mode. Okay, I think we do have seasonal data here because I've been collecting this data for a long time. Let's actually see how long I've been collecting this data for. It's been a while. How do I... This Azure Data Studio is a bit finicky too, if you haven't noticed my slight frustration with it. All right, let's see. If we have this, then just to get the months, we can do data collection date to get the months. Let's just group by the month of the data collection date. Or we can just do this. Something I've been using a lot lately is end of month, especially when it's data that I'm going to be delivering to my my team or my superiors. I use end of month because SQL Server doesn't have truncate, or not until 2022 anyway. So end of month is the best way to get the full month of data here. Let's see if we can make it happen. What is it yelling at me about? No, nothing. It's just yelling for no reason. Okay, let's get the distinct values of end of month. And then let's order by end of month as well. All right, so I've been collecting data since June. And since that's the case, then I should be able to get like wait times for each season, like the average wait time, how many rides I'm collecting, that sort of thing. Maybe that's something I should do on a per ride basis though. So let's see what we can do here. Let's first keep it simple and just do average wait time. I know that was a really terrible way to write the seasons, but this is happening. So yeah, basically I can't do like 11 and 3, right? Because there is no 11 and 3, between 11 and 3. So I have to make sure I do 11 and 12 and then restart it again for 1 through 3. Maybe it should be January and February only, but hey. Yeah. And then when I don't know, then I'll just say, I don't know seasons. That's very professional. And as season. And let's see how that goes. It sounds like I don't know seasons. Let's do 8. Is August fall? I don't know. I feel like September is more fall. But let's do August being fall. I know the else's sound really sarcastic. The whole I don't know seasons. But as you can see, it's a very good way to catch yourself with some like ridiculous value that you need to fix before it goes into production. Because otherwise I would have completely missed this. All right, so as we can see here, we have our seasons, we have our rides, and then we have the average wait time. And so the reality is, if I wanted to categorize this by just seasons, I just go ahead and remove the data collection date, which I only added there just to extract the season from it, because season isn't one of our actual data points. So what I'm going to do is just comment out seasons, and some will say this is why we have trailing commas, not leading ones, but here we are. Let me just go ahead and format this a little bit differently. There we go. And now I should just be able to copy all of this and put it here. And of course I can't. There we go. And get rid of these aliases. And hopefully, if I comment this one out, I should be able to get some good results. All right, so it's a small world. Definitely ride it during the summer. Oh, the average wait time was on a per month basis. That's weird. Am I grouping by the average wait time somehow? I have 2 records for the summer and 2 records for the fall. Why is it grouping by both? Oh, I'm still grouping by the month. How did that happen? That should not be happening. There we go. Let's try that again. Should get only 1 record per ride per season. There we go. Okay. So yeah, Ride It's a Small World during the fall. It's way better. Astro Orbiter, same. It's pretty much ride everything during the fall, isn't it? Oh, we have a summer one for Big Thunder Mountain. Nope, that's bad. That's a bad one. Don't ride it during the summer. Yeah, so great job me. I'm just proving what everyone knows. Don't go to Disney during the summer. Fall. Yep, fall just has a consistently smaller wait time, so that's a really good thing. If you're wondering, by the way, how I collected this data, I do have a YouTube video about theme park wait times, connecting to an API from PowerShell, downloading the data to CSV, and then uploading that data to SQL Server. As you can see here, I'm going to blind you again, but as you can see, I have an entire database here of just theme park wait times, and it has data basically being collected every 10 minutes. Since June of this year, I've had data collecting every 10 minutes, but just about Magic Kingdom. I did not want to flood the API with data or with data requests, so I'm just collecting data every 10 minutes from Magic Kingdom, basically on a per ride basis. How long is the wait time? When was the data captured? That sort of thing. And yeah, it's been absolutely great. I have some huge CSV files, but I don't really care about those. I mostly care about the data that's in SQL Server. The only reason I collect them into the CSV file is so that anyone can use them in Power BI, even if they don't have SQL Server. Yeah, if you're interested in that, just feel free to hop over to YouTube and you can see my video about APIs. Actually, let's see if I can just find it. Let's put it in the chat. I did one for Olympics data as well. Here we go. Okay, let me go ahead and copy the link and I'll put it right in the chat for anyone who's interested. You can feel free to watch that. It's a full walkthrough of how to get data from an API through PowerShell into SQL Server or CSVs, and it powers this data set. All right, we'll do one more question and then I have to head out. Let's see, ride efficiency. Wait time versus ride duration. Can't do that. We don't have ride duration data. I'm sure we'd be able to, but we don't have ride duration data. Impact of ride closures. Ooh, that is open. Impact of ride closures overall on park wait times. That's an interesting one. Wait time variability. How would you determine if there's a correlation between number of rides open and the average wait time? Okay, we can do per land. Let's do that per land. So for each land, we're going to get number of rides that are open and the average wait time for that entire land. Let's find out. All right, this is a weird one because of the fact that we have so many records collected at least 5 times an hour. Then data looks a little bit off here. For example, 19 total unique rides, 11 rides closed, and 14 rides open. That just means that there was a shift in the amount of time that it took us to collect the data. So like, let's say we connect it every 10 minutes, which we do. At 10 o'clock, there were, I guess, 5 rides open. At 10:10, there were 4 rides open. At 10:20, there were 11 rides open. And so that fluctuation, since we're grouping by the hour, that fluctuation kind of gives us a weird false sense of how many rides are open versus closed. So we would probably have to do this by collection period. So, or just do some sort of aggregate of like maximum number of rides open, maximum number of rides closed. Because if all the rides were open at the beginning of the hour, but all the rides were closed at the end, it's going to say all of them were open and all of them were closed for that hour. So that really doesn't make any sense. It would be much better just to do it by the hour, to make sure that, or sorry, by the collection period, just to make sure we have the data that we need. Okay, so I think that about does it. I appreciate anyone who's who was around. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm going to probably maybe do this once a week or maybe twice a week, but it's going to be no voice. It's just going to be me typing with no chat. So we'll see how this works out because I have plenty of keyboards to test. I'm just hoping that I have enough time to test them all, and I have more coming, more that are on the way. So thanks everyone for stopping by. Really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.